Welcome to our first episode of Experience Ontario Time Attack. This is going to be a video series of my experiences at the 6 different track events of Ontario Time Attack. The first one being at Toronto Motorsports Park, the second will be at Canadian Motorsports Park's driver development track, and that will be ran in 2 different variations. Next, we'll be going to the Grand Prix track, which is a big and scary track, and then we're going to finally wrap things off in 2 variations at the Shandonville Motorsports Park as well. The car we're competing in this year will be the 2015 Toyota 86. This is a stock car aside from the 2 different minor modifications. One is the change in tires. No longer are we on the stock Michelin premises. These are wrapped in hand coupe RS4s. The second item would be brakes, which is obviously very important. And these are now on Power Stop's track pads, which are quite a lot more aggressive and perhaps will require some earplugs for the squealing and quite a lot of washing for brakeness. We'll find out. We're going to rewind the video to show you how everything transpired, but we're also going to take it to Toronto Motorsports Park, which is going to be our first 2018 shakedown. So, I think I had all but about 2 laps in, and turn 2, which is actually one of my favorite turns of this specific track, and I carried perhaps too much speed, and now I look silly on the video. I went straight off on turn 2, tore off the wheel arch on my front right corner. Initially, when I first went off, I looked back in my mirror and I saw a hunk of plastic, or this, and I actually thought it was my entire bumper, and I was like, oh, fudge. That would have been really bad, and to be completely fair, it could have been a lot worse. I'm actually quite happy that this was the only thing that happened, and also a fog light bezel on the front left that popped off as well. I don't think this is actually as bad as it probably looks, thankfully. Everything that holds this together is essentially just clips. I think it's safe to say that my day is done now. I got my brakes bedded in, which is nice, but I also didn't really get much in terms of lap times, reference times, and yeah, not what I was expecting. Not fun. Okay, so it's currently 8:20 a.m. and we are approaching Cayuga's Toronto Motorsports Park for event 1 of Ontario Time Attack. And what can I say? It's hope I don't crash this time. Quickly going to go through the different classes in the class that I'm in personally. So based on the car you drive and based on the modifications that you have on your car, there's a PIP score associated with your car. And that basically puts into account of, engine mods, suspension mods, tire choice, all of that to consider how quickly your lap time is in comparison to everyone else within your class. At the end of the day, how this PIP score comes into play is even if, for example, you have a lap time slower than someone else even within your class, if your PIP score is actually lower than your opponent, you have the ability, or you have the potential to actually still beat them in the points score. It gives a purpose to sort of the competition level for whatever car you bring in, which is quite nice. Bit of an update. So last practice session didn't go as well as I hoped. Did not beat my better time. Did not beat my best time of 1:27, which puts me third in class right now, and I'm right behind a 3:30 and the CRX from before. So we're going to be gridding now, and we're now in the competition round. And how this is going to work is you get 5 laps. There's only going to be 6 cars on the track at the same time, so you essentially have the entire track to yourself. You're going to go for your first out lap, trying to warm things up, and then you got 3 hot laps, and then you got your cool down lap. We're going to do this 3 times, so we essentially have 9 hot laps to try and best ourselves. So we'll see what happens. As you can probably tell, it started raining, so fun. Haven't actually driven this track in the rain, haven't actually driven this car on the track, any track in the rain, so this is going to be new. Alright, so end of OTA event number 1. First of all, Liverpool lost, so I'm pretty dejected. So how did I do? I managed to shave 3/10 off, but nearly makes no difference because number 1 and 2, the CRX and the 330 managed to drop a second off of their time, so they were in the mid 125s last I checked. So I am comfortably seated in third place of my class, which is nice to get a podium. And I think there's some final remarks going on. And otherwise, it's a long ride home, long drive home until 2 weeks later, which is going to be event number 2 and 3 at DDT with the 2 variations that we run. So, high points. Didn't go off the track today, which is nice. Didn't have any broken fender liners, no nothing. So that's a plus. That's a positive. That's about it, unfortunately. Let's see if I win any prizes or like raffles as well. I think they're doing something as the closing remarks, so we'll see. But thank you for watching.